What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another winter episode, episode 5. So it is Saturday, February 8th right now, and it's about 11 in the morning, 11 a.m. We actually got some snow falling right now. Not a whole lot. It's kind of light snow, but you guys can kind of see snow is falling a little bit, so wanted to get out here today and try and, get some snowy photos if possible. It's probably going to be pretty wet, but yeah, so I'm not too far from the crib right now. I'm just planning on doing some in-town walking around and stuff. Yeah, and just kind of seeing what we got. It's about 25 degrees, but I don't think this snow is not supposed to last all day. I think it's just supposed to go into the early afternoon, so there's not going to be a whole lot of it, but wanted to get out in the snowstorm, actually try and get some photos. So yeah, that's pretty much the plan for today. So let's get after it. Nice landscape shot here, guys, just to start out. Kind of up on a hill here, looking down on this alleyway. Looks pretty cool, all the snow falling. Yeah, good first shot. And I have actually not really explored this area too much, even though it's kind of close to the house. So, kind of new to me. And yeah, I'm gonna try and keep my equipment dry as I can in the snow. Got a vertical shot of all these birds hanging on the telephone lines here. Yeah, kind of just a vertical shot, getting those birds right there. So that'll look kind of cool. All hanging on the telephone lines. A little bit of a better angle here looking up the hill. So vertical right there. So those birds, so just a different angle. I like this one better, kind of looking up. Kind of got those houses in the background there. So. Vertical shot here, guys. Looking down on this house. Kind of cut off right here and here. Yeah, just kind of a nice scene. I'm kind of up on this hill, so gives a nice little perspective. Just a cool scene. Nice street shot here, guys. Just a landscape, kind of following these telephone lines all the way to that kind of house up there down the road. Just like the composition of these trees also. Kind of the branches hanging over. Looks pretty good. Probably gotta check out this alley here. Got a couple alleys. Yeah, I'll go poke down one of these alleys quick, see what we can find. Closing in on noon right now, but still snowing pretty good. I think that's a shot right there. Looking down the alley, it's kind of this building to the left. That's pretty nice, actually. I'm gonna snag that quick. Yeah, it looks sweet. Another alleyway shot here, guys. And this super wooded alleyway looks really, really cool, actually. All these trees. But landscape shot, just like you're seeing it. Tried to make these windows on the house a little visible, but the house kind of just poking out there a little bit. But super wooded back here, which is awesome. I really like the way this looks. I think at the end of the alley there'll probably be another angle. I'm looking for a vertical shot, hopefully down there, so let's go check it out. Okay friends, just a little update. It's 12:40 right now. I hopped in the truck and actually drove to a different part of town. I'm on the north side of La Crosse right now. So snow is still coming down a little bit, but it's tapering off. But yeah, I'm just gonna get some really kind of more in-town shots, and there's this industrial area right over here. So just a different part of town. I haven't really done a ton of shooting in, but should be good down here, especially with all the snow. Jacob is on his way right now, so he'll be joining me for this photo shoot. And yeah, I don't know how, we'll probably be out for a while, but yeah, I just wanted to update you guys. So yeah, I was kind of in a different part of town near the crib. Now I just kind of hopped in the truck, drove down here. So but yeah, a lot of in-town stuff coming, and yeah, we'll just kind of, we'll see what happens. But Jacob should be coming here in a little bit, and then we'll get right back to it. Pretty nice shot down on the river here, guys. Jacob's here.
Pocket.
Oh yeah. But we got some of these boat houses, and you can see, I don't know what that is in the background. I think the silos, but I think that's the concrete plant over there or something. Something's over there. But it looks pretty cool, the vertical.
No. Not doing counters today.
So yeah, I just went like right in there. Get some of these trees in there. Water line looks pretty cool. But yeah, all that snow in the background is blurring out like the bluffs in the background, so it's just making it look kind of interesting. But yeah, we're on the north side of town right now. This is Mississippi. And yeah, we're just gonna bum around the north side a little bit. Some good kind of in-town shots around here, so. But this is a good one to start out. I was actually looking at this shot for quite a while, kind of driving down the road. You can see this, and you guys can see there's some ice fishing huts out there as well. Pretty cool scene. I like it. Simple street shot here, guys. Got Edwards mini storage, and I just like the telephone lines coming in here. Nothing too crazy, but
Nothing too crazy.
nothing too crazy. We're gonna walk down here. Looks like there's some, you guys can see, got some like crazy fog or something coming off these train whatever these train things are. That looks pretty nuts, so we're gonna go take a look at that. Got an awesome shot here, guys.
Awesome. Awesome.
We got Jacob I put him out there in the middle of the street
God damn it.
while this fog, and I don't know, this isn't fog, I don't know what this stuff is. Steam. It was like billowing out from under here, and Jacob was like,
Wrong,
he was like out in the middle of the road. I made him my model, so he was like standing right out there. But you guys can tell the snow is coming down right now, man.
It's coming down.
It's coming down. Let me go wide angle.
Coming down.
It's coming down.
Every time.
But yeah, this is a pretty cool area in here. You got like these, got like these train engines and stuff, and like there's actually some houses down here. But it's pretty interesting area. Yeah, that was a sweet shot, man. That last one. It was vertical right against here.
It's coming down.
This little house shot here, guys. Just vertical. Right here. Right here. Still kind of in the industrial area. Yeah, just liked how that looked. This is a recycling plant. Usually they're closed Saturdays, or nobody's here Saturdays usually, so we should be good. There's the sun poking out.
I'm gonna be really fair with you. I did not know that.
Alright guys, just kind of missed the train here. You guys can see that going down. But we got some pretty good shots right in this location here. Thought the train was gonna pull through, but nonetheless, this is a good scene with the bridge. Kind of got a vertical shot with the house here, or the apartments in there as well. Really cool. Snow is still coming down pretty good. And then also took basically another shot, kind of the same scene here, just a different perspective. I just backed up a little bit, more in line with the train tracks here. Kind of like that. But yeah, we're right under a bridge right here. So this is the north side. Definitely a lot kind of busier stuff. A lot of stuff going on down here. Train station's down there, as you can see. Got the train station right there. But good shots in here throughout. So there's Jacob. I'm good. Let's go back over here.
Hold on, what?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, there you guys go. You can see both bridges there.
Who are you?
Okay, friends, kind of wrapping it up here down by this industrial area. We're gonna start moving out of here, but kind of get this shot on the back end with this little house. I took some photos of you. I've had Jacob model a little bit, but we got a nice scene here just with this house and the street view, kind of looking up the road. I like these buildings as well in the background, just kind of blocky, and got the telephone lines coming through. Just some nice leading lines and stuff. A lot of these photos I've been actually going a little bit above exposure, so a little bit overexposed. I've just been noticing anything underexposed is just turning out super dark. I don't know if that's because it's so cloudy right now with the snow falling, just super overcast or what, but yeah, just been going a little bit overexposed. So, but this is the last kind of landscape shot. Nice scene down here in this area. So we're just gonna head up the road here and start going into some neighborhoods, and then we'll just make a loop back to where we started. So. Alright guys, so real quick, that last clip you guys saw, just got a landscape there down on the train station. We're up on this bridge right now. Kind of gives us a nice vantage point of everything. But yeah, just got a landscape down here. That last clip you guys just saw, that was the angle. So, but we're just gonna keep rolling through down this bridge, and then we'll kind of head back to where we started. So it's street scene here, guys. Looking down the road. Nothing too crazy, but I like the trees in this. Got some big old trees kind of overhanging the road and stuff. Snow is still coming down, and it's like 2:30 right now. So actually lasted longer than expected, but still on the north side here. And I got a train.
I like trains. I like WWE.
We've been checking out a lot of these like alleys and stuff too. Hasn't been like a whole lot down the alleys, but still always fun to go down those. See what you can find down there.
Always fun to go down some alleyways.
Yes, sir. All right, friends, we are wrapping it up here. Back in the truck now. It is 2:50, almost 3 p.m. But yeah, I just got back in the truck. Jacob's taking off here. But overall, pretty good shoot to start out the day. I think I'm planning on going out for blue hour or around sunset. Sunset is like around 5 o'clock, 5:30 now. So still a decent amount of time here. But good shoot there with Jacob, going just bumming around north side of town here. That whole area, that industrial area, you guys saw by the train tracks with those bridges and stuff. That was sweet. That was awesome. And then going on top of the bridge, kind of getting that, a lot of like different vantage points and stuff around here that you can kind of work through with like the bridges and stuff like that. But good shots today. Just doing street photography, all that good stuff in the snowstorm, and wanted to get out here in it for this. This has been like the first snowstorm since the end of December. So it's been a month and a half since the last snowstorm. So definitely wanted to get out here, get in town, and get some good photos while the snow is still falling. So happy I was able to do that. But so yeah, like I said, I think I'm planning on going out later today. It's about 3 o'clock right now, and yeah, so I think I'm gonna go out. We'll see, but I'm thinking of going out for like blue hour right around sunset time. So yeah, if that happens, we'll just cut to that next. If not, we'll just go to the photo review. But I think I'm gonna try and do that. It's gonna be a push, but because I've already been out like all day, but we'll see what happens. I definitely want to make the most of today while the snow is falling. So, and yeah, surprisingly, it's still snowing right now. I thought it would stop by now, but it's actually still going. So it's definitely lighter snow, but yeah. So that's pretty much it. Overall, good photo shoot out in the snow. Was able to keep the camera and phone dry as I could. So, but yeah, that'll do it for me, guys, for this segment. Yeah, I'm not like 100% on if I'm going to go out later or not. But if we do, we'll just cut to that next. But I got to figure it out. So either way, I'll see you guys on the next cut of field footage, or we'll just start up the photo review next.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the crib for photo review, winter 2025, episode 5. So rolling right through. Yeah, there hasn't been a ton of videos. I've been trying to kind of keep them going week by week, or at least bi-weekly, but there just hasn't really been a whole lot of kind of snow until recently, until this last kind of episode here. But yeah, overall, that was a really, really cool snowstorm. Really happy I was actually able to get out there and get out in it pretty much for the majority of the time that snow was falling. And when I got out there with Jacob, actually, it was really coming down in the morning. It wasn't really falling too hard yet. If you guys noticed, it was kind of just light snow, and then yeah, by the afternoon, it was just coming down pretty hard actually. And yeah, came away with quite a lot of good photos actually. I've been looking over them here recently. I still have some to get through from December, but now that we had this kind of first or second, I guess, real heavy snowstorm, just been wanting to kind of start with the review on those. So I've been looking through them, and yeah, a lot of them have turned out really cool. And yeah, the fact that kind of Jacob was with me as well, was able to kind of put him in some spots, and just got some cool. I don't get a lot of photos with like people in them too much, but the fact that he was there, I just got him kind of walking through some cool scenes and stuff like that, which was a lot of fun. When we get kind of cool days like that and stuff, it's always fun to get out with somebody or have someone to tag along with you if they like doing photos and stuff like that, and then you can kind of get them in some pretty cool looking scenes and stuff. So if you guys, kind of saw in the field footage there, even just like walking through a lot of those locations kind of down in the industrial area, and even through mostly through the industrial area. There's just a kind of a lot of cool spots along that that we were able to get some photos of. So we actually do have quite a bit to go through here, so we'll just hop onto the screen and start rolling through these photos. I'll kind of go through the ones I've looked at last, but we'll just start right at the top here. But yeah, just got out real early. Well, actually, relatively early. I think around like 10 or 11 it was. This was right at the end of January. So got out just right away in the morning and started walking kind of just around these neighborhoods that were pretty close to the crib, not too far away. So it only took me like a couple minutes to drive to this kind of neighborhood and start taking shots. So I wanted to get out there kind of right away and get in it. So that's what we did. But yeah, this first shot here was pretty sweet. Kind of got up on this. This was kind of in the alley. And there was a little bit of a hill here looking down. And I just like this perspective. You can see kind of, it's kind of up high a little bit. So you can see into kind of on top of these houses and stuff like that. You can kind of see above them, which was pretty sweet. Got a little bit of snow kind of blanketing the roads and stuff like that. And then in a lot of these, I was trying to pick out scenes where kind of the background was faded or, kind of blurred out with snow and stuff like that. So some of those you'll see in here as well. I was trying to figure out like good backgrounds to pick for these, but took a shot of some birds here, just hanging out on these telephone lines. I think these are all pigeons and stuff, just hanging out there. A lot of these birds I was noticing, they kind of just all bunch together and hang out together on these telephone lines. It seemed like I saw a couple areas like this where there was just like a grouping of birds, a flock of birds, just hanging out on telephone lines. But just snagged this shot here. Thought it was kind of interesting. Looking up the road, got some kind of houses in the background, and then those birds there on top. Do a little bit of cropping on this and some editing. It could turn out pretty cool. And again, just that first blanket of snow starting to cover everything here. Looked pretty sweet. And this whole day was really overcast. So obviously, there's just clouds completely covering the sky. Closer to like the afternoon on that second shoot, the sun was starting to pop a little bit. But for the most part, these are all going to be really overcast photos. But I was trying to kind of tune that exposure in as best I could so that, the shadows and the darks, like the blacks, were kind of standing out a little bit more. But I was trying to also get enough light kind of exposing the area without overexposing the snow, because obviously there's a lot of white. There's a lot of whites in these photos with the snow covering everything. So didn't want to overexpose that too much, but also wanted to keep kind of like the shadows dark and bold if I could. But yeah, looking down just on a road here, this was kind of after that initial morning. I had to run back to the house quick, go to the bathroom, and then just went back out right away again. I thought my batteries had died actually at this point, but we were still fine. So just rolling through, just a nice house shot, some street shots here, looking up the road. I actually like this shot a lot. This landscape here with these trees kind of overhanging the road, and then you got some nice leading lines with the telephone lines going up this kind of road. It's a little bit of a hill, and these houses are kind of standing out because of that. And it was just kind of the landscaping as well. But you can see here, like what I was talking about with, trying to keep the whites kind of bright, trying to keep some areas in the photos like bright enough, but also keeping that exposure down enough. So like you can see here in this photo, especially the trees and the kind of dark colors, the shadows along these like tree branches and stuff. They're pretty dark. They're pretty bold. And I was kind of going for that. I wanted to keep it kind of like a moody feel, I guess. Kind of the moody colors and whatnot. And then, yeah, we were doing a lot of kind of alley walking throughout this whole day here. Just roaming down some alleys, seeing what I could find. This shot wasn't too special. Just kind of looking down this alley, some overgrown trees. Actually, we had some. I didn't realize we had this much kind of tree cover along some of these alleys. It was pretty sweet, actually. This photo turned out really good, I think. Just a very overgrown alley, all these trees going crazy. Kind of a house poking out here on the left-hand side, just kind of hidden a bit. I wanted to hide it a little bit behind all these trees and stuff. And then we got a nice opening here looking down the alley that kind of directs your eye kind of down the photo. Yeah, that one turned out pretty sweet, actually. And you can kind of see, like, there's a haze. So this is kind of what I was referencing. There's a little bit of a haze in the air, but that's just the snow falling. It kind of just looks hazy, but that's just the snow falling. So I wanted to try and keep that in there as much as I could, as best I could, for a lot of these. I'm going to make sure my phone is still recording this thing. Yeah, we're good. So, yeah, going into the second photo shoot here. Just drove to the north side of town, north side of La Crosse. Met up with Jacob at this point. I think we were rolling in at lunchtime. Oh, no, my headphones are getting weird again. Okay, we're good. So, this is on the north side. And this shot is actually sweet. I did not think this would turn out as good as it did, but if I do some cropping, some nice kind of cropping on this and there's a lot of empty space in this photo, obviously, with like the sky and the river here with ice. But if I crop this in enough, you guys can see, the boat houses and then these silos. I think this is the concrete plant or something in the background. But I really like the kind of minimalistic style of this shot where there's literally nothing, there's a lot of blank space with the sky and everything, but it just makes it really interesting, I think, and adds a cool vibe to the photo here. But yeah, one of these can turn out really good. I think got a good clarity on that as well, good sharpness all along there. But real like minimal type photo that I really, really like. Do some kind of light edits on this, brighten it up a little bit, keep the shadows down, and that could turn out really sweet. So yeah, I really like how this one turned out, dude. I was looking at this, I was kind of explaining the field footage. I saw this kind of location. I drove by it a couple times, and I wanted to get this photo. I was really looking at getting this type of photo. I don't know, like I could definitely get this with my zoom lens, and it would look a lot different. Like you probably wouldn't have any of these trees on the side or anything. But honestly, I think this turned out pretty good as is. Obviously, again, just do a little bit of cropping on that, and that could turn out pretty sweet. And it's just that line, this kind of line with the houses and the trees and stuff, and the open ice on the river, and then the blank kind of space above and below it. I don't know. It's just it looks pretty cool to me. So, all right, going down into this kind of industrial area, just some simple street scenes, street photos here. Looking up at this kind of storage place. Getting into this, another kind of simple shot, looking into this parking lot that was just, I don't know, dusted with snow. I just thought it was relatively interesting. We got like, again, with a little bit of cropping, and it's kind of that same minimalist style. There's like a lot of, not really anything going on in the foreground or like in the sky at all. It's all kind of going right to the middle of the photo where you got the houses and these kind of poles and stuff. So I just thought it looked kind of interesting. Again, a little bit minimal. And then this is probably the best shot of the day right here. This whole scene with the train cars and the steam that was kind of billowing out under these train cars here. I kind of got Jacob out in the middle of the street, put him out there. He was wearing a dark hoodie, and it looked sweet. He's kind of doing a little dance there. It's kind of funny. But yeah, this shot, I think it was like this one, pretty sure. I edited this up. We'll review it at the end. I finalized one of these. Yeah, it was this one. So edited up this one. I'll show you guys that at the end. But just the fact that this steam was just coming out underneath this train car just looks sick. And you can actually see like all the snow falling as well. Kind of got Jacob out there. But yeah, that was kind of what I was referencing on days like this where you got like a good snowstorm or something like that. And you know, it's fun to have someone out there with you. You can kind of put him in shots and stuff like that. He was getting some shots with me in there too. But it just really it adds a lot to the image. You know, makes it look just super cool. But yeah, that was definitely probably the best little scene of the day. We saw that we saw the steam billowing out from the train car from like looking down the road, and we were like, we got to go check this out, man. This is going to be sweet. And yeah, it turned out pretty awesome. You can see it all there. It was pretty sweet. You don't get like shots like that too often, man. It's pretty sweet. Pretty unique shot. I like that one a lot. But continuing on here with the photo shoot, we were just looking at this house kind of right at the end of the road. Very interesting area. Again, still kind of in this industrial area, but there was a couple houses here at the end of the road that just looked pretty cool. At a vertical shot here, house on the left-hand side, some telephone lines, and you can see all the snow just kind of falling, all the kind of white dots falling through the photo, which makes it even more feel like there's like a winter storm going on. You really get that kind of feeling with a lot of these photos and all the snow falling within them. You kind of see all that snow falling there. Looking at these bridges on the north side, just trying to pick out some shots along here. We had a train kind of coming up and down the tracks. Was also trying to be careful, you know, not to cause any issues down here. But just a good kind of urban environment to do some photos in. Gotta actually like this shot quite a bit, with the train lights kind of way down there at the end, and then these kind of little apartment buildings on the right hand side of the photo. Just a good composition. There's like a lot of stuff in these photos for you to look at, for your kind of eye to go to. And then again, kind of that train was rolling up here. We thought it was going to go all the way, but actually stopped about right there. But actually that photo is pretty sweet because that train is just sitting right there. You can see it with all the lights, the train lights on there. Just kind of was messing around with some vertical and landscape, portrait style landscape, kind of doing a bit of both, seeing what would turn out the best. But snow is still falling pretty good at this point. Coming out of the industrial area now. This is kind of at the back end of it. Just a nice street scene here again of this little house, this white house. Nothing too crazy. Kind of got a car driving there. That actually doesn't look too bad. Whenever you get some cars in the roadway as well, it spices up the image a little bit. Kind of adds some movement to the photo if a car gets kind of thrown in there. So that one wasn't too bad. I think we're nearing the end here. Yeah, some more shots just of this house. Was trying to hone it in a little bit. This shot was pretty cool. Yeah, we got some. I like this because you got some people. I think this is a mom and her kid, kind of walking. We were up on this bridge, you guys just saw at this point now in the photos. So this bridge here, this bridge right here, we walked across that one. So we were able to get some of these shots up top of the train station, all the snow falling. You guys saw the video of the train kind of going by in the field footage. It was pretty sweet. Yeah, that shot is... I wish this glob of snow wasn't there. This shot is honestly pretty good. One of these. yeah, that's pretty sweet. I just like the fact that I got these two people in there on the kind of that right hand corner there. That was pretty awesome. But yeah, I mean, you guys can see all the snow just completely. I mean, it was snowing hard, dude. It was snowing hard, and really you can really tell in these photos, which I like a lot. The fact that you can kind of get that feeling of, an active winter storm kind of happening in these photos is pretty sweet. All right, cruising down some alleys here at the end of the shoot. Nothing too crazy, just on the north side. I don't like these photos too much at the end here. It wasn't really anything special. Just some street scenes. Pretty simple. This shot wasn't bad, kind of looking down at this kind of main street area, I guess, with some shops down here and whatnot. Just some old trees, big trees and stuff. Blanket of snow on the ground. But yeah, and then that's the next shoot. So yeah, that was all the photos, guys. We will quickly review the couple that I have edited so far. Not too many here, just a couple. So this was that one of Jacob. Did a little bit of cropping. Nothing too crazy, just messed with the exposure a bit, brought up the highlights, kept the shadows and dark colors, blacks, kind of low and bold as much as I could. So that was that nice photo. Best photo of the day right there. That was pretty awesome. This is the one I selected out to edit from that little bunch of in the alley with the overgrown. I need to edit this one, but that's the one I selected out to edit. And then this first photo there I got edited. That was that one in the alley as well. Kind of up on that little bit of a hill looking out into town. And I actually like this perspective a lot. Whenever you can kind of get up high a little bit on a little bit of an elevated area, it gives really cool perspectives. Like not too high, but just enough where you can kind of see into over the tops of the roofs and into town. It was down the alley into town. Looked pretty sweet. So that was just the couple that I've edited so far. I have a lot to go through. So, but that's it for the photo review. We'll hop off the screen here, guys. Overall, awesome shoot. Really can't ask for much more with that. Got out there, no blue hour, obviously. So we just cut right to the photo review. I didn't mention that, but yeah, I didn't end up going out after and doing any blue hour shot. I was just exhausted, after that was, I don't know how long that was. It was probably like 4 or 5 hours of the morning, and then with Jacob. So by the time we wrapped up that second shoot, I was pretty much done. So no blue hour or anything, but still the photos we got just in those two shoots were pretty awesome. Lots of honestly, a lot of those they kind of vary in their styles. Like some of those are more minimal style where, there's a lot of blank space in the photo on like the foreground and the background. And then kind of got the midground and center of the photo where the subject is. And then a lot of those are I would say a majority of those are kind of just standard street style photos, street photography photos. But yeah, just the fact that, we were able to get out in the winter storm and get kind of that moody moody winter feel to a lot of these photos was really the goal. And I think we accomplished that, in these. I think you really get that feeling in these photos of just like cold winter. And you can see the fact you can see a lot of the snow falling in these is pretty sick. Like obviously you have to be out in it to get these types of photos. So was happy we were able to do that. And it was fun kind of hanging out with Jacob, getting him in some shots as well. And he was able to get some pretty cool photos too. So overall, it was a really good time. But yeah, guys, that'll do it for this episode. We got episode 6 in the books, and that's coming on the way shortly. But yeah, we've gotten some good snowstorms recently. Fingers crossed that they are still coming. I don't know. Fingers crossed. I guess. Yeah, I really can't predict what's coming, but who knows? It could be just a couple or a few handful of snowstorms this winter. You never know. Some of these past, I know last year, winter was also super mild. We didn't really get, I think we got like 2 snowstorms last year, maybe 3. And this year it's kind of feeling like it's kind of going to be some of the same as it was last year, where it's just like a couple or few snowstorms. So that's kind of why when these storms have happened, I've really been trying to push to like get out there as much as I can while it's happening, while the snow is falling. Because I just kind of feel like in the back of my head, like I just kind of feel like there's not going to be a lot of chances this winter to get out and get these types of photos. But we're trying, we're pushing forward. So that'll do it for me, guys. We will wrap it up here. I won't keep you guys any longer, but thanks for sticking with me as always, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.